Welcome, people, back to another episode of Sports and Superhero. Blah, blah. Sports and Superheroes. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a return guest or a return listener, thank you for coming back. This is a podcast where me and my friend talk about sports and superhero entertainment news of the week. I do the sports side. My name is Gershon with my
Wait, you do.
co-host.
Wait, bro, you do the what side? You said
Oh, you're
sports.
right. I do the superhero side.
Well, we
It's been a
changed it. I'm
long
like,
week. It's been
I'm
a
not
long
ready.
week.
Cause
It's been a
I'm not ready
long
for that.
week.
Send me your
So
notes.
I do the superhero side, and my co-host does the sports side. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Marcus. I'm holding down the sports side. Think we got a lot to talk about.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
gotta, yeah.
We got quite a bit of things to talk about, but before we get into the conversation of everything, we have a voicemail for you guys. So let's go ahead. You can send voicemails. The link is down below, but also subscribe to all the YouTube, Instagram, social media
Right.
channels. All that's in the
We do.
description down below. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead. It's free. It's free. It's free. You can do it, and go ahead and hit that like button. That helps us out too. But without further ado, let's
Please.
get to the first voicemail of today. This is voicemail. That's how that works.
All right, so okay, I wanted to know what you think about the Superman trailer. So me, I think that one, he looks weak to me. I don't like that Superman looks weak. I don't like that Superman just really just getting thrown all over the place. He looks kind of scrawny, kind of weak to me. What I do like, that's what I was one of the cons, one of the pros of what I do like is that it seems like in this one he's fighting a lot of different like evil characters. Like, well, you really don't know who the characters are yet, but I mean, but it looks like it's a lot of more characters to fight. Because usually in Superman movies, it's always like one villain. You know what I mean? And in this one, it seems like it to be at least about 2 to 3. So that's like the main number one thing. Is like, what you think about your? I don't think it's really gonna be good. I really don't. I don't think it's gonna be good. I think they could have did better. Like, really, honestly, like I didn't like the suit. I don't like the way the suit looks. I mean, yeah. um, what else? I think that's about it. Like, as far as Superman, like I don't like his.
Okay. That's the end of the voicemail. Thanks for it's anonymous. So thank you, anonymous, for sending a voicemail. Superman movie. I I do agree with you. He does seem not as strong as other Supermen. Um, I don't like his full suit, the emblem. His emblem, I can't say that word, looks good. It's starting to grow on me. I'm liking that. I like it, but his suit does seem like it's somebody else's suit that he's put on. It doesn't seem like it's his suit. So that's just stuff. He is getting thrown around a lot. For him to be Superman, he getting thrown around a lot. He's bleeding, but he is fighting a lot of different people. That is one of my criticisms. It seems like it's so many people in this movie. Like this is us introducing us to a brand new Superman, and now you're introducing us to like 5 to 6 other characters at the same time. I think that's too much. I think they should have had a smaller scale movie first of introducing Superman and then slowly going on his adventures. But James Gunn has said, "Hey, let's throw it all in the wall." Which sometimes you don't know if you're gonna get a second one, so throw it all out there. But yeah, he is throwing hands. He's doing a lot of fighting in this, so that's interesting. But yeah, I can see why you would say he looks weak. Um, I'm hoping it does good. I don't want these movies to fail because they fail. We don't get more of these movies. We don't get more of these characters, and we love these characters. So I don't want it to fail, but I do need them to start getting on top of their P's and Q's and making these movies. You can't just half-ass it anymore. You got to put some effort into it. We want real plot, real story, and really find the heart of these characters and be able to put that on screen. I mean, there's billions of comic books of these characters. You have all the material you need to tell the good stories. So do that. Don't shortcut it. So, Marcus, I know you haven't. I don't think you watched the trailer.
I saw,
Ooh,
yeah, I saw one. Uh,
okay.
Crypto, is that the name of the dog?
Yeah, crypto. Yeah.
With why is his name Crypto? Because isn't Superman's weakness kryptonite? Like, out?
Yes, it is
I,
crypto. I think it was
I,
a play on that, and it's.
I,
I think it was a play on that. I never thought about that. That's just like the Martha
I,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, see, I said I'm glad you said that because it was said that Superman was getting beat up and thrown around in the trailer. That's because Batman put out the blueprint. You know, just say Martha is weaken him, you can beat his ass. That's how I view that. That's my take on it.
I can understand that. I can understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It is weird. Oh, I don't know why his name is Crypto. I know he was introduced because they wanted to revitalize Superman at one point in time because
yeah.
kids started to kind of fall out of love with Superman, so they gave him a dog because kids love dogs, and it was a
Yeah.
new angle for him.
But crypto
Um,
though,
yeah,
because I
it
see. Okay, so like for me, when I first saw the trailer, Superman is laying down in the snow, and then he's like, "Crypt," and then the dog is jumping on him, right? And then he said his name's Crypto. I was like, "Damn, Superman got beat up by a dog. Crypto fuck Superman up." And then he's
he
like,
is super powered.
and he was like, "Take me home," and then he drug his ass up the snow, and then this big ass thing came out the snow, and then these robots. Yeah. I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Why is this name?" Oh, I'm like, "Oh, so Crypto, it's his dog that's helping him, but why is this name Crypto?" I was confused. I've been meaning
So
to ask you that.
technically, he's in this version. He's actually not Superman's dog. He is Supergirl's dog. He's supposed to be watching the dog for her.
Oh,
She's they. The rumor is she's supposed to come at the end of the movie and come collect crypto, and that's
mm,
when you meet her, and then her movie comes out the year after that. So you go on an adventure with her.
okay,
That's how they're trying to set it up, which is not a bad setup, but it's also a way to use crypto to get the have a cute thing in the movie to get people like people that not necessarily into Superman but like dogs. But like, well, I'm
yeah,
gonna go see it for the dog because that's how they kind of been promoting the Superman is with crypto. They've been throwing him front and center, and I don't think he has a lot of scenes, so I think they kind of burned through all his scenes that he have in the movie. So they're like, what are we gonna do now, guys? Um,
mm,
because not a lot of people like the guy that's playing Superman. They don't think he is a Superman type. So it's just it's a lot of things against this new Superman. Unfortunately, like I say, I hope it still does good. I want it to do good. I want a good story, but it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. But they had uh secret screenings, private screenings of the movie, and rumors are the movie's good. It's just the tone is off a little bit. It's they say it's a little too cheery and bright in certain places of the movie. So they're trying to fix the tone of it. They're trying to get away from the dark and gritty that the ODC was and make it more vibrant now. But I think it went too vibrant, so maybe they're toning it down just a tad bit. But like I said, I want it to be good. I want it to be good. Um, yeah, but once again, thanks for the voicemail. Greatly appreciate it. You can send a voicemail. You can ask us anything about sports, our superhero, our life. Long as it's not no weird stuff, we would gladly answer with that. But let's go ahead and jump into the show. Marcus, go ahead and hit him with your first story.
oh wow, okay, so we're going to let's go with this story. So, a high school sprinter was disqualified
Oh,
from the state championship for her celebration after the 400 meter. Um, I don't know if you heard about this or something,
yeah,
but
I saw the
I,
video.
I thought the celebration was tough.
It
So
was good.
for those of you who don't know, high schooler, she was in 400 meters in high school. She won a race. And after the race, she went over to her coach slash dad. He handed her a fire extinguisher and she like sprayed her feet, just to symbolize like her feet was on fire because she was running so fast. I thought it was tough. I liked it. I was like, oh, this is dope. Um, so when she first did it, she got positive reactions. Like when she initially did it, she got positive reactions, and then officials deemed that the act was unsportsmanlike. Uh, Her father disagrees with that decision, and then she got disqualified from the race from the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And
the
they took
other
her
cool
title away.
yes, the cool thing is it was she was paying homage to Maurice Green. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was a
Yeah.
track star in the Olympics. I'll just give you a little background on Maurice Green. Maurice Green is an Olympic gold medalist in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. He won gold in a 100 meter and a 100-meter relay. In 2004 at the Athens Olympics, he won silver in the 100-meter relay and bronze in the 100-meter race. Uh, Maurice Green originally he did the same thing, ran a race, 100-meter, back in 2004, and after he won, Friday string his shoes. So it it was dubbed back in 2004 the Maurice Green moment. So she was playing homage to him. Uh, Maurice Green saw the video. He thought it was dope. He liked it. Um, yeah, see, when I read this and I saw it, like initially she got positive reactions, then they changed my mind. You know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of the Oscars with Chris Rock and Will Smith. Because when Chris
Oh.
Rock, because when Chris Rock made the joke, Will was laughing, having a good
Yeah.
old time, teeth showing and everything, laughing. He looked at Jada. Oh, now it's a problem. Now he goes up there and slaps the guy. That's how I looked at this. Like she did the celebration. Everybody, oh, that was tough. And then somebody somewhere didn't like it, got in their feelings, and took her medal. It's not her fault
Yeah.
that the rest of them was slower than she was. Obviously, I don't agree with the decision of her being disqualified because that's after the race.
Yeah.
How you would disqualify me for after the race? If it was something I did during the race, or I cheated, or I did something, it just fine. But this is after. This is post. Post race. I'm
Yeah.
celebrating. Get a kid back her medal, man.
I do say get a kid back her medal. Um, I, I'm half and half. Um, the celebration was cool. I get it. It was cool. Um, but I don't know. She definitely should get back her medal, get back the title, 100%. Everything she did was after. That doesn't change the outcome of the race. None of that. Definitely. Should she should she get a like just a warning or something, trying to keep other people from doing it? So I think that's the whole point they're trying to do is make sure people don't keep doing these kind of celebrations and it keeps escalating. I get that. That's what the NFL did. They want people to celebrate. So they slowed it down,
Uh,
but people love the
the,
celebrations. They
the,
loved it.
the, the,
That's
the
part of the
no
game.
the no fun league. Boy, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's been scored touchdowns and like, oh, you can't celebrate. It's NFL is so stupid. So like you can do team celebrations, but
Yeah.
when it was one person doing one thing, it's like, oh, you can't do that. But we'll let the whole team do a celebration. Like, what sense does that make? That
That does
doesn't even
get
make
weird.
sense.
That does get very weird. That does make
That's
it
making
very
sense.
weird. Yeah, I don't think they should take it away. They should reinstate her and give her that back. Let her be the victory in the books. Um, it's a little harder with it being high school. If it was college, definitely nothing. But I did see there was a runner in college that got disqualified because he colored his hair his team colors or something. I think, um, and that's illegal or something like
Why?
that. I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't
It's
help them.
illegal, so it doesn't help them.
Like
But
that.
I guess I don't know if they're trying to say it's branding, but they're wearing their school colors and stuff. So it's just weird.
Right.
Um, but I know he got disqualified.
That's
So if they
crazy.
disqualified over hair colors and logos being in your head, like what are
What?
we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
What are we doing? Hair color? That's what we're doing. Oh my!
um,
And this most this is like this time now is the most sensitive time ever, and we disqualifying people for their hair color. Are you serious? That's
true,
stupid.
true,
That's stupid.
true. We being real touchy on a lot of unnecessary touchy stuff at times, and we being real loosey goosey on the shit that we need to be hard on. So it's a weird balance. It's a weird balance, but yeah, get this girl her medal back. She worked hard. She did
Give
what
her
she
back.
won that. Let it go. Just tell people to not celebrate. I just tell people not to celebrate. Don't take away the achievements they made.
Yeah.
Just tell them to stop celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a warning, fine. You don't take away a medal because I understand what you're saying. They're trying to get people not to, you know, take it up a notch because this day and age, yes, people will do that. It's the internet age, so everybody's going to try
Yeah,
to take it up a notch because
yeah,
they want to be internet famous. So I get that.
exactly.
Set warning like, hey, next person that do this, like, okay, you do it now and then just shut it down for next time. Like, okay, we're not allowing this anymore or there will be no, fire extinguishers not permitted on the track field. But to put a warning to keep it from, like you said, escalating, but don't take away
Hmm.
her medal, Gene. Like I think that's a bit
Yeah,
much.
that is a little much. That's a little much. They definitely should redo that.
And I don't,
Hundred
I don't
percent.
know if I don't know if it's true or not. This is just me making an assumption, just understanding how the world is. I don't know if some other parent of another child that lost their race got in their feelings. So like, oh, you know what? Use that as motivation. So next time you race her,
Yeah,
you beat her, so then she doesn't have the chance to do that.
exactly. That's you don't want to see that person celebrate. Don't let them win. Beat
Exactly.
them fairly. Don't do no cheating shit.
Yeah,
Beat them fairly.
don't do no Tanya Hardin with the what's the club. Don't do that.
She got a crowbar.
Crowbar. That's what it was, a crowbar. I can remember it was crowbar the club. People probably don't even know what the club is. For
There's
you,
a
you don't
lot of
know,
people that don't know what it is.
the club was the first safety system for your car. You put it on your
Yeah,
steering wheel, and it's like a key, and you lock it so you couldn't turn the steering wheel. So somebody stole your car, they couldn't turn it because the club had like two grooves at each end that you put on each end of the steering
yeah.
wheel, and so you couldn't turn it. But yeah, well, yeah,
They
crowbar.
sold
That's it.
so many, and that thing did not
Oh
work.
yeah, yeah.
It did
Nineties.
not work.
My mom had one for her busted ass car. But what am I gonna steal that? My mom, hey, short story time. My mom, I remember my mom had this car. I don't remember what kind of car it was. It wasn't safe. You could start that car with any key. Like
Oh,
that car,
wow.
that car was not safe. And some other stuff that I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But yeah, she had that busted ass car and I had her to have a club on it. Club was probably worth more than the car.
More expensive. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's yeah, I remember the club. Oh Jesus. That takes me back. That takes me
Google it,
back.
people. Google it. If you want to
Yeah,
Google it or YouTube it, see what the club is.
definitely Google it if you don't know what the club is. But speaking of club, let's talk about the one and only man with the hammer. Yes, we're talking about Thor. So Chris Hemsworth put something on his Twitter. He put a hold on, let me read it for you guys. He put this, he tweeted out saying uh playing Thor has been one of the greatest honors of my life. For the last 15 years, I've held Mjolnir and then Stormbreaker as a god of thunder. But what made it truly special was sharing it with all you. Your passion, your cheer, and your love for this character have meant everything to me. Thank you for making my journey through the Marvel Cinematic Universe unforgettable. Next up, Doomsday. So people are people are like up in arms with this message he put on Twitter. They're not sure if it's just him saying, "Hey, it's been 15 years since I've been playing Thor. Thank you for doing it." Or they're saying that Thor might die soon. That's why he's putting out this message, and they're assuming he's gonna die in Doomsday. I think it is a really weird way for him to do this. His team should have been like, hey, maybe don't put that out. Let's revise that and say that a different way, or have that done in a different way. If you're paying homage to the character, just saying thank you. It looks really weird you're doing this while this one big movie's coming up that there will be probably deaths in, and you are like the first Avengers of these movies. You could be a death, and that would really rock the world. So he probably shouldn't have did that way. I think he was just saying thank you because it's been 15 years of him playing this character. I think he was just saying thank you to the fans for accepting him, for letting him be their Thor, for the great ride, all that good stuff. Um, but he also, I guess, other actors that have been in the Marvel universe have not spoken so kindly of it, and they kind of got phased out. Like Wanda, who plays Wanda? Dang it, what is that woman's name? Um, she's sisters to the Ashley girls, or wasn't that? What's the Full House
Oh,
girls?
the
Olsen
Olsen
twins.
twins.
Yes, she's the older sister of the Olsen twins, and I'm so upset I'm missing her name. I like her as an actress; she's pretty decent. Um, she didn't say anything, but she's kind of been like she felt she was unfairly treated, just like Scarlett Johansson said she felt her character was unfairly treated, especially when she had her own movie, and you see they kind of pulled away from them. I think Chris was like, "Hey, no, I like being here. Don't mess with me. I like being in this universe. Let my money keep flowing." I think that's what he is. But with there being so many, for one, rumors about Doomsday, theories about Doomsday, what's going on. They've been putting out fake AI pictures of a reported cast members, reported characters in Doomsday, like they're actually doing filming. It is a lot of misinformation about Doomsday itself. So they're really trying to keep things in the dark about the storyline and what's going on with it. But they do have some actual pictures of the actors out in whatever country they're in right now filming, hanging out the night on the town. They have pictures of like Loki, Umbaku, um, Jesus, I'm blanking on the lady from Fantastic Four who played in Storm. She was out there. Shang-Chi, he's out there. Captain America, Anthony Mackie's Captain America. They were playing golf with some guys. So they have those actors out there, going a night out on town, having dinner, celebrating, hanging out in just their regular clothes, just hanging out outside of filming. So those pictures, and then they got fake set pictures coming up. So there's a lot of rumors of what's going on with Doomsday, being that it's probably going to be one of the biggest movies of whatever year it comes out because it got delayed. I can understand Chris trying to make sure because he's not in any of those pictures. He's actually in a different country filming something, so he's jumping back and forth, I believe. But he wanted to let everybody know, like, hey, no, 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 I love it here. I want to stay here. I appreciate being in this universe. So he's trying to play nice, making sure they know he wants to be there. Which I get it. You got to make sure the people that employ you are happy, and they're not like, hey, we just go write you out of this next thing. But I also heard rumors that some people feel their characters aren't getting enough exposure in the film as has been as they're writing the film, because apparently they don't have scripts for the whole Doomsday film. They're kind of loosey goosey in it at times, so that's another reason probably why they got delayed. They realized, hey, we probably should get some stuff in cement here. Um, but yeah, with that, a lot of people were worried about what might be happening with Doomsday and Thor. I don't think they're going to kill Thor, because I think they still want to make another Thor movie or Thor team up movie um in the near future. And Thor being a god, I don't think he can die, but his dad did die. He was a guy too. So maybe he can die. Huh. That'd be they only have original cast members of Avengers. You got Hawkeye, Thor, and Hulk. You only have three. Ooh, so yeah, you lost three. You only have three. Hmm, you might be on the chopping block now. I think about it, because that would be a big hit to show like you're pushing into this new age of the Avengers. Ooh, he might not be safe now, especially when you know they're bringing in X Men and the Fantastic Four, and you already got these new Avengers. Ooh, huh? Maybe he might be on the chopping block. Maybe this is um, what's it? A Trojan horse. Maybe he's faking like it's him, and maybe it really is him. Oh, to throw you off the scent.
Wait, okay, hear me out. Because you said Doomsday has got delayed, right?
Yes.
Okay, when was it originally supposed to come out? Like last year or something? Early
No, this year. It was supposed to
this
come
year?
out. No, it was supposed to come out. It's coming out next. It was supposed to come out next year, 2026 summer.
Okay.
So 2026 summer. Now it's not going to come out until 2026 December. But I think it might get pushed again.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think it might get pushed again. Because it's coming out the same day. Um, Doom Messiah is coming out, and I think they're gonna move it again. Honestly, I think they
Yeah.
will.
Well, never
So
mind. There go my theory just went out the window. Never mind then.
okay,
Because I was gonna say maybe he put that tweet out, to kind of drum up interest to make people go see the
yeah,
movie. But if the movie don't come out for another year plus, by the
yeah,
time that come out, anybody would. I mean, most people. I ain't gonna say ain't nobody, but most people is not gonna remember this tweet from the summer of 2025, and the movie
very
doesn't come
true,
out till winter of 27. So,
very true.
so that's why I said that was gonna be my theory, but yeah, that
You know,
theory quickly went out the window.
that would have been a good theory, but no. And I don't think he has any movies coming up soon that he is trying to promote. I could be wrong. I don't know his schedule offhand. Uh, he might have a movie actually. Now I think about it, because I think he's doing Extraction 3 or something. So that's for Netflix though. But yeah, so um, it's up in the air now if Thor will die or Thor won't die in this Doomsday movie. So now I really got to see it to see what happens to Thor. Um, but yeah, that is what is going on in the rumor mirror for Thor and Doomsday. Um, Chris, clear it up, bud. Clear it up. Let us know what's going on. But yeah, that is the first superhero story.
Okay, so we're sticking with track and field.
Okay.
Uh, so we're going to talk about Gabby Thomas. Um, Gabby Thomas is a Olympic gold medalist who she had a track meet this past weekend. She reported being verbally harassed and followed by sports bettor at a track meet.
Mm,
The bettor, who goes by Mr. 100K a day on social media, posted a video of the incident online and boasted about winning a bet based on Thomas's performance. The Grand Slam track is investigating, and the incident highlights the growing concerns about harassments linked to sports betting. To go into a little more detail, Gabby said that the bettor shouted personal insults at her and fought, as she quoted as saying, followed me around the track as I took pictures and signed autographs for fans. And then she went on to say, honestly, heckling is tolerable. It's wild following me around. Heckling is tolerable. It's following me around the stadium. That's wild. So
yeah, that is
this guy, like I said, his social media is Mr. 100K a day. He recorded himself heckling Gabby Thomas before one of her races because he has a parlay. And a parlay, I forgot to look this up to, but I believe a parlay is when you need multiple bets to you need to win multiple bets in order to win.
okay.
And the more your parlay hits, the bigger amount of money you win. Uh, so let's see. Oh yes, this guy, he was heard calling Thomas a choke artist and referencing the fact that she's black and her fiance is white.
Mm,
This is another thing. Let's keep it sports, okay? That
yeah,
has nothing to do with her and her race. Also, no one cares about your. Excuse. This is for all the people that bet. No one cares about your fucking parlay. Go to the
yeah. That's
game.
your money. You gambling.
You, you can cheer. You can boo. But there's a line that should not be crossed. We don't care that these athletes don't care about your fucking parlay. If I'm a fan I don't give a fuck about your parlay. Sit your goof ass down and enjoy the sporting event. I don't want to hear you yelling, "Oh, you fucked up my parlay." Well, if you can't afford to lose some money, your stupid ass shouldn't be betting the fucking money. Sit your stupid
Very
ass down.
true.
I don't want to hear that
Very
shit.
true.
And so um, when he posted the video, sorry, I went on a mini rant just now. When he posted the video of himself heckling Gabby Thomas, he also posted a screenshot of his parlay on FanDuel because she ended up coming in fourth place in the race. It was a 100-meter race. She ended up coming in fourth place, and he won $1,000 on his parlay bet on FanDuel. So
Mm.
then FanDuel came back and banned him because they're like
Oh wow.
FanDuel like we don't tolerate this, right?
Respect. Respect.
So, but granted, there's a lot of websites you can bet on.
Yeah, you
So
still bet on.
I hope it's probably not gonna happen, but I hope that all these gambling websites, once they figure out who this guy is and ban him from all these sites, because and people might say I'm being hypocritical because in the last story I just talked about when I said they took the young lady's medal that they should have just gave him a warning. People should say, oh, people might say in the comments, oh, you said that in that last uh, uh, sports news, but in this one you said ban him. Yeah, you may be right, but I feel like this is crossing the line
This
because
is a
why are you
different situation. Yeah, this is
because
different.
why are you following this woman around the stadium hollering about your fucking parlay? You don't care. She doesn't care. This is
Yeah.
I like, and then like I said, I always say this: keep the main thing the main thing. Why are you there, dude? You're there to watch a track meet. That's the main thing. Keep it about track. Talking about her, Gabby, and her personal life and who she's married to. Like, what does that have to do with the track meet? Keep it
Nothing.
sports. Keep the main thing the main thing. So, um, yeah, this story was wild to me. It's crazy. Uh, and also this goes into a bigger picture because a lot of athletes have said had concerns with all these sports betting
Yeah.
sites, how they say they receive death threats on social media and whatnot, and people just talking crazy to them. Um, I blame I blame sports in general in America because it's all about the money. Everybody want to capitalize off the money. I would say since sports betting has legally been introduced to America, like the fans has gotten worse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always been fans that say wild shit, talking crazy in the stands because they're like, "Oh, you're the athlete. I'm a fan. What you gonna do? Come in the stands?" Because in a way, the fans has an advantage over athletes. They say, talk crazy. You're like, well, you can't do nothing about it. But now you add sportsmen on top of it. Shit is even crazy. Then you add social media on top of that. Then you got
Yeah.
talking crazy. 'Cause everybody can talk tough behind a computer.
Very much so.
What's the famous Mike Tyson quote? Uh, everybody got. I'm sure I'm not getting this quote correctly, but it's to the extent of everybody got something to say until they get punched in the mouth.
He
So, but
said everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
plan goes out the window.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. But yeah, that's what it is these days. You talk
Yeah.
tough behind Twitter fingers, Instagram fingers, or whatever it may be. Leave these athletes alone. You paid money. You use your hard-earned money to pay to watch them play a sport,
Exactly.
and now you ain't getting there talking tough. Sit your stupid ass down, man.
Yeah, I seen um another sports athlete. She's a gymnast, and she kind of was on the beginning of the AIL deals when they were getting money from other companies and stuff, and still get play at college. Play at college. She was a gymnast in college. She was one of the most popular ones, and she would often have to talk about how she was getting stalked and guys were just following her and know exactly where she was going, where her meet was, what plane she was getting on, and just harassing her at the airport and always showing up. And it was like the same dudes in itself, like three or four of the same guys always there. And when she put that story out, other athletes, female and male athletes, said, "Yeah, we get that too. We get these guys still stalking us, knowing our flight information, following us on planes, being right at the gate, buying a ticket just to come to the gate to yell at me or to try to get a picture with me and just be right
Yeah,
up on me. Like just there's a fan and then there's an exception. A session. Oh, I can't say the word.
obsession.
Yes. Um, and when you get into that territory, you gotta get locked up.
Yeah,
You gotta have that police report put on you because now you're putting somebody in danger. You're just not happy to see them. You want to be them, and that's weird. You need to stop
yeah.
being weird. So
We,
you
we need to
just
start.
oh, that's weird.
We need to start a security business where fans do shit
Honestly,
like
yeah,
this. No, no,
yeah,
no. Hear me out. Where when the fans get to heckling, an athlete, and we just go ahead and ask, hey, before I say this, have you ever seen the movie? I think it was Head of State with Chris Rock and Bernie
yeah. I
Mac.
seen head of state. Yeah,
And the scene when Bernie Mac get off the train and he just smacking the shit out of people who get off the train. We need to
oh
start
yeah,
this
I
like
remember
that.
that.
Yeah, I think the movie was Head of State. I don't quote me on that. I believe it was Head of State. But we need to start business like that, where fans get to heckle the athlete, we get to go in there and just with the hand of God and slap the dog shit out of him. Sit your ass
I
down.
don't know
Get
if
out.
violence is the key, but
That,
I get what you're saying.
that's the only way people gonna learn. We
I
gonna make
mean,
examples. We gonna make examples out of people.
there need to be examples made sometimes. That's how people learn, unfortunately. Um, I don't know if that's the best way to go about it, but I understand where you're coming from. I definitely do. Um, yeah, just
Honestly,
be normal, people. You
right,
can
enjoy the
enjoy
game.
somebody, be a fan of somebody, but you don't have to stalk them. You don't have to make them uncomfortable. Just be normal. Just be normal. So easy to be normal. So
It
easy.
is
Well, I won't say normal. It's so easy not to make someone feel uncomfortable.
right. But people are weird. Like I said, like a few years ago, you had fans in Utah calling Russell Westbrook out of his name.
Yeah,
That happened in Utah. I think in Boston with Kyrie. I would
but
say one of the
Boston is
most.
Boston. You're not gonna get
Yeah,
around that. Boston's
they still
Boston.
ain't gonna get no pass. Fuck Boston. I don't give fuck Boston. And then one of the most egregious things is the Lakers are playing in Indiana, and a fan says to LeBron, "I hope Bronny dies in a car crash." I'm like, why would you even?
Yeah,
Why would you say
that
some shit
is
like that?
way
Like,
too much.
what is wrong with you? Like, you seriously
That
need
is
some fucking
way too
help.
much.
That is crazy. Like I said, these
That's
fans be is
wow.
out of control.
That is
Yeah,
wild.
these fans are out of control. Sit down, enjoy the game. No one cares about your parlay. No one
That
gives a
is
fuck.
wild.
I don't give a fuck. If I hear you cry about your parlay, I hope you lose everything you own. Because shut the fuck up. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. Cheer, boo, whatever. But when you screaming and
Yeah,
cursing about parlay,
that's normal, but
come on, man.
yeah,
Get out of here. That is insane.
yeah, that's wild. Speaking of putting violence on people, Gen
I,
V has
I was
dropped
wondering how
a new trailer. And if you know Gen V, it is the parent show or the sister show to the boys. So you know they throw hands and they hold no punches back. So they spilling body parts, ripping people apart. Oh, it is a crazy, amazing, and sometimes bloody show. And the sister show Gen V is no exception. They do the same thing on that show. They already had their first season. This is their second season coming up. It's coming out September 17th. They had their trailer for it. Um, I'm not gonna get too into the trailer because I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't watched season one, or should I spoil it? Because you should have watched season one already. Yeah, forget it. You should have watched season one. This is your warning. We're going to talk about the trailer. It will be spoilers. So we know we ended season one where, oh my god, I just blanked on all character names. I hate when that happens. Oh dang it! I blanked on all the characters' names. Well, the characters that ended in the first season, they went to jail with like those collars that restrain their powers. But in this season, it seems like some this guy that got them out of jail is going to be the leader of the school now. He's the president of school because the last guy got killed, and he seems to be training them to take over the world from the regular humans, saying that they're the superior beings, which was something that was kind of echoing in the first season. It seems like they're ramping that up to where, yes, we're the superior beings. We have this Vought in our blood that gives us these abilities. We should be worshipped to that extent. So he's somehow gotten them out of prison, brought them back to the school, and he's training them to exceed their powers, to make their powers even stronger. But he's doing it to where it seems like he's making them fight against each other to an extent, which is weird. But of course, the Gen V kids are trying to do an uprising. They're trying to get the word out that this is Vada's doing this. Vada's bad. Vada's the reason we have these powers, but Vada's also the reason there's so much terrible stuff in the world. They need to be stopped. So they're still trying to figure out how to get this message out to people. Because a lot of people in the world still don't know that Vought actually made the superheroes within that world. So they're trying to get that message out. Um, They do have appearance from the one actor that died, Chance Pedum. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his last name right. He died um, tragically in a motorcycle accident after the end of season one, so he was not able to return because of his death, of course. Um, they weave that into the story. His character does die. They don't replace it. It doesn't look like, which a lot of people were up in arms if they should replace his character, if they shouldn't. And it seems like they went with the route of not replacing this character and killing this character off screen, which is sad, but it's a hard decision to figure out what you do if you recast that character or do you keep that character. Marvel is in the same position where they had uh, Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman passed away, and it was sudden to us. He knew he had his disease that he was dealing with. He didn't share it. He only shared it with his family, which I understand. I respect that. So when he passed, it felt like a surprise to us, but for him, he had come to peace with it, I assume, and it ran its course. But Marvel had the decision now: do we recast this beloved actor who played this amazing character, who's brought this character to life on the screen for the first time? Like he's the first Black Panther, live action Black Panther, which is amazing. I'm trying not to cry because it always gets to me. And they decided to kill his character off in the movie as well. A lot of people were up in arms in that, upset by that. Was it the right choice? Who am I to say? It was a choice they chose to make, and I respected the choice they made in that. They still have a chance to recast him or bring back Black Panther now that they're doing all these multi dimension stuff. But for Gen V, I think they're just killing the character off, and you're gonna remember him through memories. But they're also gonna tell his story of how he died in this season off screen, but not like his real death, but his show death. So because they show his father trying to figure out what happened to his son, so that's really cool to see. Um, I am down for this ride. I didn't think Gen V was going to be good when it first came out, and it surprisingly was really good. That first season is really good. They got a nice crew of characters. They show a lot of nice powers, and it offsets the boys in a different way than I thought it would, and it really works. I mean, this is the first spinoff from the boys, and I think they were supposed to make another spinoff for the boys. So I'm kind of eager to see another spinoff from the boys, knowing that the boys will be in 2026 when it comes out for its fifth season. I'm all for another spinoff of the boys. Marcus, have you ever heard of the boys as
I
a comic
have.
book? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And well, you've heard the
That's
show.
I heard the show. I'm not the comic book. No.
Yeah, yeah. So it's basically Marvel DC superhero like, but it's more adult and a way more bloody. Like these dudes do drugs, they have sex, they rip people's bodies apart, and all of it is being done by a company who injected babies with this serum that gave them powers. And as they age, they pulled those people into their company to work for them as superheroes and make money off of them, clothing, movies, and make them gods to an extent, but still keep them under their thumb. And throughout the seasons of The Boys and now Gen V, the superheroes slash terrible people at times, because they murder people all the time. I realized like we're gods. Why are we listening to these people? So now they're getting in their mind. We're just gonna take over the world. And the biggest one is a guy named Homelander. He's like the Superman of this world. He's all powerful, but he's really messed up in the head. He really doesn't have weaknesses. He's super strong. He can fly. He can laser eyes, but he is a um he's not a he wasn't born as a regular baby and was ejected. he was a product of Vought itself. They like created him from another superhero and a different superhero, and they made him together. And he grew up in a lab his whole life, so he never had a real childhood. So he has that trauma on top of being told what to do and then realizing he's a god and he shouldn't be told what to do. He has a god complex, which he is a god on this planet. So he is a time bomb waiting to happen. It's gonna be amazing when it happens. And then you have these other guys that are not they're just human beings, but knows that Vought is doing this and trying to take down these superheroes and take down Vought at the same time. So it's a good show. For the first 3 years, a lot of right leaning fans didn't realize the show was making fun of them for a lot of the show. They didn't realize it, and they realized it in like at the end of the third season and beginning of the fourth season. So now they're kind of turned on the show, but and you
That
had a good run making fun of a whole section of voters, and they didn't even realize, and they still loved your show. So it was crazy.
I'm not even gonna say anything. That's too easy. It's like picking a hanging fruit. Not even gonna
it
say
it
it.
really it was so surprising that they didn't realize they were being made fun of until so late into the show. It
Hey,
was
wait,
so.
see,
I mean, I guess it's not really
it-
surprising. It was
okay. See. You try to take me there. You try to take me there. You try to take me there.
but um, but Gen V season 2 looks good. I'm excited for it. I'm so excited to watch it and catch up on these characters, see where they go with the story. I know they pulled in some of the boys' characters into this Gen V second season. I seen I forget the Aqua guy's name. He's in that. I seen another character, the Sparkle, the Firecracker lady. So they're there. So they're gonna be in the mingle in that. Like their season finale for season 1, they brought Homelander in and he did some damage. So I'm really interested to see where they go with the season 2. Definitely will be watching. Like I said, it comes out September 7th. We might do recaps of it or just episode reviews. We'll see when it comes how things are going, how busy stuff is. But yeah, super excited. But yeah, that is the sorry, my wife was doing stuff upstairs. I heard loud noise. I had to make sure she was okay. Um, but yeah, season 2, you got me. I'm ready for it. Let us know, what do you think about the trailer? Did you watch the trailer? Did you like the first season? Are you excited for the second season? Let us know down low in the comments below. Sorry, I had gas too. Let us know in the comments down below. Marcus, go ahead and hit them with your third story of the
All
night.
right. So I'm going to wrap up my section, and we're going to talk about the NBA Finals. I got a lot to say about this. So, for those of you who don't know, the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to repeat that. The Oklahoma City Thunder. It's in Oklahoma, Southern America, not Northwest. Oklahoma. We're playing in the NBA Finals. OKC last played, Oklahoma City Thunder last played in the NBA Finals in 2012 versus the Brian Wade and Bosch Miami Heat.
Oh yeah, they
So,
did.
on
Oh
on that team, OKC had KD, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, and James Harden was coming off the bench as the sixth man. They're a really young team.
yeah.
Oklahoma lost in the finals 4-1. The Pacers last played in the finals in 2000 versus the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Indiana lost 4-2. Um, and Sammy, I want you to make sure this is in the clips. What I'm about to say next. Make sure this is in the clips. It's both teams' second time ever in the finals. 1979 and 1996 does not count for OKC because there was a Seattle Supersonics then. Okay, So 1979 and 1996, there was the Seattle Supersonics. They were not OKC. This is Oklahoma's second time in the finals. Um, and then yes, and then obviously this is Indiana's second time in the finals. Like I just said, they last played in the finals in 2000. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if I said this on the pod before, but I've been saying for a while that before we even knew who was going to be in the finals, that worst case scenario for the NBA would be Indiana versus OKC, just
Yeah,
because they are smaller market teams.
yeah,
Um, and I don't think casual fans doesn't know the players on these teams. Where if New York would have made it as a big market team, you have, of course, the
true.
New York fan base, and then you just have other fans watching it because people know who the Knicks are. Casual fans, like they're not that familiar with OKC and Indiana Pacers. I'm a basketball fan. I love the game of basketball, so of course I'm going to watch, and I know the players on both teams. Um, the fun thing about that, Adam Silver just had an interview today, and he is quoted of saying, "If we're going into the Super Bowl and the Packers and the Steelers, are playing in the Super Bowl, guys will be celebrating. Those will be stories. I mean, because Green Bay Packers is that's a weird comparison because Green Bay is a smaller franchise.
Hmm.
Pittsburgh, I guess, is a smaller team in the NFL standards, I guess, but I feel like people know both teams very well. Uh, those will be story franchises. People will be talking about the fact that Pittsburgh is a small market. I'm happy whatever team ends up in the finals, but it's been intentional from our standpoint to create a system, a collective bargaining agreement that allows more teams to compete. We are going to we are going to have to go through a process of getting to a point where people are accustomed to turning into the finals because the two teams deserve to be there and it's the best basketball.
Yeah,
So it's more or less saying, people, we gotta this is a new age. So you're not gonna see the KDs and LeBrons and the Steph Currys because though all those guys are getting older, and
yeah.
you're probably going to start seeing small market teams in the finals like we have this year with OKC and the Indiana Pacers.
Because
Um,
they spreading the talent around, so you're gonna
yes,
have new talent coming up.
right, and that's what he's talking. That's what he's talking about the collective bargaining agreement. So more teams can get more talent, like smaller market teams get more talent. So OKC, for example, they have SGA who just won the MVP. Halliburton, who I think is an all star, is not a superstar, up and coming. And then you got Wemby
Hmm.
in San Antonio. It's another small market team. Who else? Uh, I don't, I don't know if I would call Dallas a small market team. They might be, but more they're getting Cooper Flag next year in the draft. So we're getting some teams that's like you know, out of ordinary, not big market. But
So one quick question. So with that being said, you think they will stop doing the lottery thing and start doing
no,
the NFL thing?
no, no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
okay.
definitely not, definitely not, definitely not. Because if the NBA went back to that, then you would encourage. They try and prevent teams from tanking. If they do that, teams are
Okay.
really going to be tanking because in the NFL, the worst team gets the first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a lot more games in basketball than football. So you don't want a team tanking for like 3/4 of the season. That's a lot of basketball games. You got paying fans paying to go see, and these stars ain't playing. Like that's part of the problem now because you have low management. So sometimes now even still you don't get some superstars playing because they're resting. If they go to the NFL route for the end of the season, that's just gonna be even worse. So yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that
definitely
makes
not gonna
sense.
do that.
What do you
But
think would be a solution to that, do you think they should go to less games to
Me
weed
as
out the
a
load management?
me as a basketball fan, I'm going to say no because I love basketball, and when there's not basketball on TV, like this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today. Well, today I would have had something to watch, but Monday and Tuesday, I didn't know what to. When I was just at home chilling, relaxing from
You
work.
got the WNBA going on right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the NBA more. Like I watch WNBA games,
Understandable.
but
And
yeah,
you got the 3-on-3. Is that going on?
no. That was just that's because the NBA WNBA season started. So
No,
the three
I
on
mean the big,
the
yeah,
Ice Cubes. Uh,
yeah.
I don't think that started yet.
Okay. I seen
I
a
went to
clip and I wasn't sure if that was from this year or not because I seen
the big three.
the big
I think
three. Yeah, I seen
they
that light skinned dude that played with LeBron before, um, Beasley. I seen a clip of him playing, and I thought he just got added this year, but I could be wrong. So,
uh
but I didn't know if it
wait,
started yet.
hold on. I'll get back to that. But
Oh yeah.
small market teams. So when I was saying about I don't think casual fans know about small market team, correction got the answer. Big three starts June 14th.
Okay.
June 14th. So
Okay. So it's starting to.
I might have
They're ramping up
yeah.
for it.
Uh, so the Indiana
Ice
Pacers.
Cube, you can send us a check. Ice Cube, you can send us a check and we mention your stuff. Go ahead.
Uh, the, the Indiana Pacers had 14 games on national television this past season. Um,
Jesus.
9 of those games were either on ESPN or TNT, and the remainder 5 was on NBA TV. So, like, a lot of people don't have NBA TV. I mean, they consider that as being on national TV, but that's like in most cases a sports package you have to add on to your cable subscription or streaming service or whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
truly, they had 9 on national television where everyone can see. Um, Oklahoma had 25 games on national television this past season. Their games was on ESPN, TNT, ABC, and NBA TV. They had 9 games on ESPN, 5 games on TNT, and one on ABC. So,
Okay.
and then the other 10 was on NBA TV. So, to put that in perspective, the Lakers had 39 games on national television. The Lakers' 39 games, that's OKC's and Pacers combined for a national televised game. See, this is why I say small market teams and the casuals don't
Yeah.
know who are on these teams because they're not on national television as much as like the Lakers. Like you
True.
ask your casual fans on Lakers, they'll easily tell you LeBron and Luca. Well, two because they are stars, but like I said, they was on national TV 39 times. Um, but I do believe after the NBA Finals, casual fans will know who Tyrese Halliburton is and SGA because as far as NBA basketball, these are only 2 teams left. So
Yeah.
even in because
You're
I
gonna get
mean
to learn.
also with Halliburton with that Knicks series after the game 1 when you did the choke sign, and then I don't know if you saw this at the Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Halliburton thought he was about to win the Eastern Conference
Yeah,
MVP,
I seen
and he was getting
that.
already getting ready, and then they gave it to Pascal Siakam. So I think between those 2 moments in the next series, that's getting the SGA name. I'm not SGA, but Tyrese Halliburton name out there a little bit more. So people might tune
So,
in because they seen that.
in your opinion, do you think he should have won, or do you think were they numbers close, or
Well, let's see. He did. He had a 32-point triple double in one game, but then he came back and only scored I think like 8 points the next game. when they could have closed out the series in New York.
Okay.
Uh, from my understanding, Pascal Siakam, they don't run plays for him in the offense. He get his buckets out the mud. He just get to the open spot, grab a rebound, whatever. So I'm to help Tyrese Halliburton case because he was voted by players in the NBA as being the most overrated player in the NBA. Halliburton was.
Yeah.
So I mean, him winning the MVP would have helped his case that he's not overrated. I think that it also would have helped put his name out there a little bit more. But Pascal Siakam, he came up big in those games, man. And for him to not have plays ran from an offensive end and you still
And
do it
still put the
scoring,
numbers up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
um and I'm just gonna wrap this up and say that the final starts tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Oh, yeah, ABC. It's gonna be on a local television, so tune in. I think it's gonna be a good series. Oh, and I'm gonna give my prediction. I'm taking. I'm gonna go OKC and 6.
Okay. Okay. Oh, six. You think it'll go that far? Uh,
Yeah, I,
six.
I think.
I think. I think OKC is just gonna dominate. I think they're just gonna dominate quick and fast. I want to say. I think they're gonna win it in five. I think they're gonna win it in five. I don't think it's gonna be
OKC
a
and 5.
sweep. I think KC's gonna win it in five.
Okay.
I think they're just more hungry, and they. I think they've adapted to this new NBA a lot easier than the Pacers. From the few games I've watched both teams play full out, I think OKC is adapted to that new NBA play a lot better than the Pacers have. Um, they both have a decent deep bench though, so that's a plus for both of them. So because those bench players are gonna come in handy at a point. But I think just OKC is just gonna dominate a lot faster and quicker in the beginning of the series to where the Pacers are gonna get overwhelmed and it's gonna happen a lot faster than they think it is. Um, because neither one of these, none of the players on the team have been to a finals, have they?
Pascal Siakam
Pass out.
won.
Okay,
He won a championship in Toronto
you're
when
right. Okay, I
when
forgot
Kawhi
about that.
when Kawhi was up there. And
Okay,
Alex Caruso won one with the Lakers, and he's plays on
okay,
OKC.
okay.
For me, I think that the side factor is SGA because he is a. I think SGA is a superstar because
He's a bucket. That man's a
he he
bucket, dude.
he controls the pace of it. For OKC, he's their star player. Whereas in crunch time, he's the one they're going to get that bucket. He also, and this irritates me a little bit, the way he draws fouls because
Yeah,
he flops at times to get those calls. Uh, I just think I if the if you put the matchup, the head-to-head matchup with SGA and Halliburton, their numbers, and I believe SGA will win that matchup every time. I would
mm,
love to see them guard each other. I don't think that's going to happen because they're the two main people on their squads. I don't think it's
hmm
going to happen, but I think I give the edge to SGA, and I think he will win the Finals MVP as well.
mm.
And then the debate
Yeah.
will
I
be
think I'm agree with you. I think it's gonna be in six.
yeah,
OKC in six games.
yeah.
I think so. I forget about past Siakam. He has experience in the finals, so he'll know how to calm his team down at times. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Um, But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments what is your prediction of this NBA Finals? Who do you think is going to win? What game? Let us know in the comments down below who's going to be MVP of the finals. Let us know. All right. So speaking of MVP, the Fantastic Four, the MVP family of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, had a test screening of their movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps. They So there's a lot of rumors coming out of this test screening. One of the biggest rumors is that somebody stood up throughout the movie while the movie was going on towards the end of the movie and said mid, um, which is wild to do. This is wild to do in a test screening. Most test screenings are for like families of the crew that made the movie mostly. Marvel usually test screens in house. They don't really bring out outside people, but I think they have been starting to bring outside people just because their movies haven't been doing as well as they want them to do. So maybe they're like, hey, these families are a little jaded. We need to get some real opinions because we need to fix this problem of this not making money like it should. So that's one of the rumors. Other rumor is that it is heavily female. It's mostly Sue Storm's movie, and she mostly is the one saving the day. Side note: spoilers for a movie that I haven't seen. I heard rumors for, uh, just rumors. So don't take it with a grain of salt. Um, but she's more of the forefront of the movie, which is not a bad thing. But it's a Fantastic Four, not the Fantastic One. So you probably should have balanced that out a little better. Um, but then we also got a rumor from somebody that said they were in the movies in that screening and said no one said yelled out mid. No one did that. That did not happen. People just talked about the movie afterwards, but no one yelled out mid. So we having conflicting reports of what might have happened in the screening, but none of the reports said the movie blew people away. None of the reports said the movie was excellent. Like none of the reports said Marvel's back to shape, their rare form with this one. This is what they needed. This is bringing them out of the hole they dug themselves in. None of the reports said that. So they none of the reports said the movie was bad, but they didn't say it was excellent. So that means in the middle, and you don't need to be in the middle right now. Marvel needs to be at the top of that mountain. They really need to get back on top to do what they've been doing. So all signs point to this is not necessarily the movie that's going to get them back up. Thunderbolts, amazing movie. It's really good. It's really good. That box office, still sad. Captain America 4. I really liked it. I thought it was good. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. That box office, better than Thunderbolts, so it has that going for it, but nowhere near where Marvel has been in years past, where they want to get back to. So that's a flop for them. That's two flops in a row. Is this going to be the third flop for them in the year? Is one of the bigger reasons why a lot of people believe they moved Doomsday to better structure that movie and give themselves some space away from possible flops, possible third flop of this year. To give themselves some space to make people miss them. So when they come back, it's like, hey, you're an old friend. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a long time. They're hoping for that possibly. But I think because they can't really do any more tooling to this Fantastic Four movie. It's in the can. It's done. It is what it is. I think they take this hit if it's bad or good, take the little bit of money they make from it, and move on and go, hey, we just got to do better now. We know where the bottom is. We got to do better now. I'm not saying Fantastic Four is going to be a flop. I'm not writing it off as of yet because I haven't seen it. I've seen the trailers, and I'm not a big Fantastic Four fan. and I don't think there's a lot of huge Fantastic Four fans to get this movie to $1 billion. Now, if this movie was a masterpiece, that's a whole different story. But from what I'm hearing, the rumors coming out, we're far from masterpiece, unfortunately. Trust me, I want it to do good. I want them to do good again. Because then we get more characters we want. Like Miles. I want Miles Morales. We're probably still gonna get Miles even if Marvel messes up because Miles is over with Sony. But still, I want Miles. And I want more Black Panther. Good Black Panther. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was okay. It wasn't that first goodness. I want that first goodness. But I digress. Fantastic Four has had test screenings, so it's only a jump skip around the corner away from coming out. It's coming out at the end of July, so we'll get to see it. We will definitely be reviewing it here, the good, the bad, all the ugly of what the movie might be, or all the amazingness the movie should be. We'll definitely see that. But on top of that, Marvel released a popcorn bucket they're having for the Fantastic Four, and this popcorn bucket thing has been blowing up ever since Deadpool. I think Deadpool 2 did a popcorn bucket, and then Dune did a popcorn bucket, and then of course Wolverine versus Deadpool did a popcorn bucket, and now popcorn buckets has been the new thing. And Marvel getting right on the train. They did a popcorn bucket of Galactus's head. I believe, if I could be wrong, but this might be the biggest popcorn bucket so far out of all the other popcorn buckets being made. And god damn it, I've said popcorn bucket so many times. But yes, the Galactus popcorn bucket, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks cool. I'm not gonna buy it, but it looks cool. So if you plan to buy it, let us know in the comments if you're gonna buy that popcorn bucket. Let us know in the comments. But also let us know how you feel about Fantastic Four. Is it a movie they should have done? Should they just have brought Fantastic Four into the universe through Dimension movies and not give them their own movie first? How do you guys feel about that? It's really weird that they have been the first family of Marvel for so long and yet have had the most reboots out of all the other Marvel properties. There have been two Fantastic Four reboot movies. It was the first Fantastic Four live action. No, that wasn't even the first one. The first Fantastic Four movie was made in like the 80s slash 70s and never was shown to the public because they only made the movie to hold on to the rights. So there's that one first Fantastic Four movie. It kind of got leaked out on the internet, so you can go watch that at some point. Then they had the second Fantastic Four live action movie where Chris, is it Pines or Chris Evans played the Human Torch, and what's her name? Marcus,
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba, who played Invisible Girl or Invisible Woman. That one had two movies, and then they rebooted it when we had the third Fantastic Four movie where we had Michael B. Jordan playing the Human Torch and other people playing other characters. I can't remember their names. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good. Very forgettable. So this will be the third. No, this will be the fourth Fantastic Four reboot movie. So we got the cast. I'm not a fan of the guy that's playing the Human Torch. I've seen him in the trailers, and he doesn't give off Playboy like the Human Torch is supposed to be or was written. Um, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Pedro Pascal is good. He's good in everything. Side note: I watched The Last of Us season 2. Not great. Not great. Uh, they really nosedive that show. First season, amazing. Second season, nosedive. But they did follow the source material, so I gotta give them that. But they should have did a better job with it. But back to Fantastic Four. Sue Storm, the lady's playing that. I think her name is Blank Kobe. She seems okay. I've only seen her in like I think the Fantastic, the Fast and the Furious spinoff movie, and she was okay in that. Not extremely great, but not horrible or anything. So there's that. Um, and the guy playing Ben Grimm, I liked him in the first season of that Chicago restaurant show. I forget what it's called.
The Bear.
The Bear, yeah. I liked him in the first season, but the second season I was like, this is not for me anymore. So I think he's a decent actor. He's already been in Marvel. That's the thing, though. He's been in Marvel because he was in the Punisher series for Marvel. So I don't like that they did that. Go get somebody else. Get somebody else that's not been in Marvel. But we'll have to see. So Fantastic Four movie coming out July, I want to say 30 something, 31st, possibly 30th. Let me know if you're still interested to go see it. I'm gonna go see it 100% because superheroes. But let me know if you're excited to go see it, or if you're sad, or worried, or think this is another fail for Marvel for this year. Side note, if Marvel and DC keeps doing terribly, maybe they'll start combining their universes like they did in the comic book, because they are doing that again. They used to do, I think it's called the Amalgamverse. They did DC and Marvel superhero characters together. They made them together so it was like Batman and Wolverine blended together into Batwing or Bat or Wolverine Bat or something like that. Now they're doing that again, but they're not combining two characters together. They're just bringing two characters in the same comic book. And the first one they're doing, because they might be doing like 2 or 3 runs of this, the first one they're doing is Batman and Deadpool. Yes, Batman and Deadpool will be in a comic book together. And I think it's coming out this year. I want to say October. I might be wrong. I might be remembering that wrong. But I think they're coming out in October, where Batman and Deadpool will have a comic book together. As of right now, I think it's supposed to be 2 comic books. The first book will be drawn and wrote by DC, and then the second book will be drawn and wrote by Marvel. There's a 2-part series of that, and if that does good, they've already planned another one. The rumor is they might be using Harley Quinn, and who was the other character? Oh, I'm blanking. Hmm. It might be Tony Stark, might be Iron Man. Um, but yeah, depending on how this goes, they might be doing this a little more often because comic book sales are not at where they used to be, so they're trying to get those back up. But if they keep doing this with the movies, we might get a DC Marvel crossover movie. That would be insane. I am down for that. But only way I see that happen if they keep doing terribly separately. This is the point to make them have to come together and make some money. Honestly, that would be very interesting to see if they do that. Um, Let me know. You guys think that will happen? If that's something you want to see, I would love to see DC Marvel fight. That would be epic, 100%. Um, but yeah, guys, that is the podcast for the night. As always, appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out with us, listening, watching, wherever you do. If you can, go ahead and hit that follow, subscribe, like button, hearts, share it to your friends, share it to your enemies, share it to the dude on the corner that you saw while walking to the bus. Share it to everybody. All the views help, all the likes help, all the watches help. If you want to listen to the audio version of the podcast, we're on Spotify. And if you could go give us a rating over there, 5 stars. We're okay with 4. 4 stars is nice, but that helps us in the algorithm and boosts us up to be listened to by other people, and it definitely helps the show. But side note, if you have a small business, sports are superhero related, and you want to advertise on the show, get in contact with us. We're open for advertisers. Well, give you a little slot on the show. We pay a little cash for it, but yeah, you get a little advertising. We're up for it. We're trying to monetize here any way we can. But thank you guys for watching. As always, you can send us voicemails in the link down below. Hit that link to get a voicemail so you can send us questions too. We got an email for questions. But with that being
Yeah.
said, thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it so much. Peace until next time.
Peace.